I have to ask you about this. There was a very famous controversy with the Red Sox last season. 3 pitchers admitted that they were having beers in the clubhouse during games. And I was just curious, you know this world, you know this life. Is that something that happens? Is that fairly...
It happens. Yeah, it happens. But I mean, generally, if I had a beer in the clubhouse, it was after I had pitched and I was in the clubhouse icing my arm, or I wasn't going to play. Have a beer every now and then, sure.
Right. So, how many beers? Like what?
Well, I mean, I didn't generally start chugging or anything like that, and I certainly didn't order chicken with it. So it's just around. It's something you grab a beer every now and then. Again, after I pitched out of a game.
So you knew you weren't going out, and you thought that's okay.
I wasn't like swinging a bat, getting ready to pinch hit, slamming a beer, swinging. I mean, I was I was out of play.
Okay. You were known as a great prankster, and I was curious, in the clubhouse, what was one of your favorite pranks?
Well, my favorite one was freezing people's clothes. Yeah, so you would it was fun on the road. You would find somebody's street clothes, which they would change from their uniform when they come to the ballpark, and when they went on the field, you'd stick them in the freezer in the locker room before the game started. So, and it was generally always best on getaway day when you were like flying home because you could put a suit and tie and everything in there.
Yeah.
And then after the game, when they'd get showered, uniform off, their clothes would be frozen on the hanger. And
they would succumb to hypothermia.
It would be a problem. Yeah, that was one of them.
And people enjoyed that? No, did they get mad at you?
No. Well, they never knew. Okay. And that was part of the game was being able to do it and not be caught.
Oh, they never knew it was you?
No, so you had to get yourself once.
That's so ingenious.
Yeah, you had to get.
So you'd be like, "Who did this? We've got to get that guy."
Yep. And then for some reason, I'd have a spare set of street clothes with me that night.
All right, we had pitching ace Justin Verlander on the show recently, and he's famous for giving the hot foot.
Hot foots?
We actually have, and I know that since you're a connoisseur, you're an expert on pranks. I want to show you Justin Verlander's hot foot, and then you assess it for us. Would you mind? Let's take a look at that clip right now.
Don Kelly's foot is on fire. Oh, my goodness, he still doesn't know. That's terrible. Hey, by the way, Don, your foot's on fire. Oh, my goodness.
All right, assess it. Give us your color commentary.
That's a potentially perfect execution.
Yes.
Because he's clearly far away from the scene of the crime when the victim realizes that something's been perpetrated on.
That's something being he's been set on fire.
Yeah, in a friendly way. In the friendliest way you can do it.
In the friendliest way one can do it, yeah.
But Justin is a cheater. I've seen him, he uses alcohol, rubbing alcohol, to incentivize the flame to be much bigger, much faster.
He rubs the shoe down with alcohol beforehand?
You pour rubbing alcohol, because the whole key, you crawl under the bench. You miss the whole setup part of this.
Yeah.
You crawl under the bench, generally where guys are sitting, and you light their shoe on fire when they're sitting like that, and then you crawl out and go away, and then they burn. And but see, younger players, it's one of those back in my day stories. Younger players don't appreciate it for the pure nature of it. They use alcohol. So if you're really good in old school, you can do it with just a match.
Yeah.
But it's still, that was a...
So what you're saying is Verlander's juicing.
He is. In a way, yes.